of influential former Girl Scouts. Laurel Richie is president of the Women's National Basketball Association. Ilene Gordon is CEO of Ingredion, one of 21 women running a Fortune 500 company. We also have Congresswoman Susan Brooks of Indiana. Welcome all of you to the show. Laurel, let me start with you. I was a Brownie. I was a Girl Scout. It was a long time ago, though, for me. Do you still remember those lessons? I mean, what do you think people really take with them specifically?
Absolutely. You know, I think for me the best part of being a Girl Scout was learning to give back to my community and the community service projects that we did. I can also remember the first time I sold Girl Scout cookies and my father brought me a little metal box to hold the money in, and I learned how to count money. I learned how to set goals. So I think you learn life skills as a Girl Scout.
Ilene, it's interesting to me how the Girl Scouts have evolved to be even more modern. In front of me, I have a money manager badge. I also have a business owner badge. These are specific that I don't believe were around in my day. The business owner badge, it's so interesting. It says when you earn this badge, you know the basic steps to plan and create a business that you might want to start one day. Do you think it's important to evolve like this and teach girls about money?
Yes, I do. You know, I've always been goal-oriented, and the Girl Scouts was a great way to set goals and earn specific badges and then achieve those results. And so today, I think it's important that the Girl Scouts have evolved what the specific badges are, and it's very apropos to today's business world.
Congresswoman Brooks, I mean, that's one of the things that I remember the most that seems like lessons that could be carried over today is this idea of you want to earn a badge. I mean, you have to do really specific things in order to get them. You feel bad about yourself when you only have one or two and your friends have a ton. I mean, it's a competitive type thing. There's a lot of responsibility. You've got to have your uniform, bring everything with you, pay your dues. Are these important lessons? Can it be too strict?
No, I actually think that the Girl Scouts mission is about courage, confidence, and character. And so all of the things that come together with earning badges really encourage people to have that courage to try new things, that confidence to show girls that they can do more, that they can learn new things. And I particularly love the teamwork that goes into Girl Scouts, being together in a troop, working on badges together. It really does actually build character as well.
It doesn't seem like there are as many Girl Scouts out there as there were in my day. You know, even just looking at, that was my instinct, and looking at the numbers, if you compare to 2003, you know, there were about 3.8 million Girl Scouts. Now it's down to about 3.1. Why do you think that number is dropping?
Well, I certainly think that...
Congresswoman, I'll send that one to you.
Sorry, I actually think it probably has become a little bit harder for a lot of moms to be troop leaders. And because it takes a lot of time, and with so many women working and working outside the home, I think it's a bit harder. My mom didn't work outside the home at the time, and so she was a leader. I wasn't able to be a leader at the time that my daughter was in Girl Scouts, but I very much was so appreciative of those moms who did have the flexibility and did become leaders. So I think that actually could be part of it.
Yeah, Laurel, that's definitely a problem. People, and you know, it seems like moms can't necessarily be leaders. People are less trusting. I mean, do they feel differently about sending their girls over to someone's house to be part of a group?
Yeah, you know, I can't quite speak to each individual household, but I think the really important thing is you don't have to be a mom to be a Girl Scout leader. You know, one of the things that I love about being part of the WNBA is there are 132 players who are these fabulous role models for young girls.
Are you able to recruit any of them to be
Well, absolutely.
leaders?
Many of our players were Girl Scouts, and so I think there's an opportunity to give back and to give to the next generation of young girls.
Ilene, why does it seem like... Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say that I think that also that girls have a lot of choices today in spending their time in sports. And I know in Chicago, as an example, my company Ingredion supports a Girls for Science program, and so girls are getting that exposure in other ways. But I think the Girl Scouts is a very important organization, and that they are really encouraging teamwork and having results and getting developed to be the leaders of the future. So while there are many competing priorities, I think it's important that we continue to support the Girl Scouts.
Ilene, why does it feel like people have a different sentiment about Girl Scouts versus Boy Scouts. Why is that? What's different about it, other than the obvious?
Well, I don't have a different sentiment. I think both organizations, character and leadership and teamwork, as we've said before, and maybe perhaps boys had many choices years ago in terms of sports and other activities, and girls didn't. But today, I think Girl Scouts is something that's very important for the future of women in leadership positions, and we need to build on that. And I just love the idea of a financial badge and getting financial acumen as a young woman and learning about finance and managing her money.
No, and it's so true, and one of the biggest lessons in that is that selling of the Girl Scout cookies, which are so iconic. I was so interested to read that Oreos are the biggest selling cookie in the country, then Girl Scouts, then Chips Ahoy. I mean, it's amazing that it would be the second biggest selling cookie in the country. Ladies, thank you so much for coming on. We appreciate your time. We'll send you all a merit badge for this, or maybe you can give me one. That might be more appropriate. All right, coming up.